So, hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Humanitas podcast.
Sorted.
I'm joined here by Charlie Strong here and Harrison Eccles.
Sorted.
Right, so the topic of today's podcast is the future survival of humanity. So, what we're thinking about humanity at the moment?
It's a shit, isn't it?
Why is it?
There's a war going on at the moment.
You really want me to make a list, huh?
Yeah.
We're not
Well,
very,
we're here to talk about it, so we might as well do.
I suppose.
we're not very well off at the moment. COVID, it's not good.
I feel like COVID's kind of
Gone now.
it's
Well,
not completely
big.
gone. It's one of those things where it's like you produce the same thing over and over again, but slightly different, kind of like Rockstar games, but like
Quick
with a global virus, you know. So
yeah.
it's kind of just like I feel like in another month or so, possibly there might just be another variant, which won't bother
Probably.
anyone, but we're still gonna overreact about it because we're from the United Kingdom.
Well, I think personally it's what we have to do to survive, and if we get all these different illnesses, it means something, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like it means that we can fight to be what we're going to become.
yeah. I feel like this was also God's way to try and clear out a lot of people, just because
I
like
reckon it was manufactured, from like Russia or something.
I think it's
I
those
You
5G,
reckon?
I think it's those 5G cell towers.
Not them. I'm not that.
I've heard that one before.
No,
I think
reckon
we
it
all
was
have.
manufactured
That and flat
from, like,
earthers.
China.
Lemo.
This kind of does move me on to the topic of today. One of the questions I want to ask is, where do you think humanity will be in 1,000 years?
Well,
In a
I
grave.
reckon I'll be
So
dead,
it could be on another planet. It could be.
I reckon we'll be on another planet. I reckon we'll find another planet.
What do you think will be on this other planet? What like qualities would you think we'll look for?
In 1,000 years, there's a chance a new planet may be made.
What, like
Asteroid might-
made, like created by us?
Not by us. Two asteroids might smack together
Hmm.
and create a literal replica of Earth or something similar to Earth. So
The
Like
I
another
reckon,
Big
I reckon
Bang.
Elon Musk will stick us on there for a bit.
the only way, this was said by NASA, the only way that human life can exist on another planet is if there's water. So even if two asteroids come together and create another planet, if there's literally no water,
Well,
it's
yeah.
inhabitable.
That's what I mean. But I reckon they'll come together and they'll make a habitable planet.
Th-
Or
th-
they'll
That's
somehow-
why when NASA sent up the Mars rover years ago to go on obviously Mars, the
Yeah.
first thing they looked for was water
water.
to see if there was anything alive there.
Well, what they're talking about now is actually building, launch stations on the moon.
Mhm.
They build one on the moon, then they can get to Mars, but then they can build
Wait,
one on
so-
Mars, so we can get even further than Mars.
If you go into like the moon, so that's like a layover. When you want to fly.
Yeah.
A layover on the moon.
Yeah, so it's like a launch station, refuel, go to Mars, refuel on Mars, then from Mars
Right,
we
it's
go
just
from
a-
somewhere else.
It's just an intergalactic connection flight.
Well, it's good for us because it means we can find the next Earth, which means humanity will survive a lot longer.
And then when we go from Mars, we can go to Jupiter and land there.
So, who would you take for a test run?
I'm sticking Jordan right on that.
Jordan.
Get on that now. I reckon I'd stick. I don't know, you know.
I'd stick Jeff Bezos on there.
Yeah, I'd have
Because
Elon
if he
Musk.
didn't come back, I don't think anyone would matter because he's a little
Jeff
bit.
Bezos did a lot for Thankmas. That entire YouTube thing when COVID was spiking, he donated so much money to St.
Yeah, well, he's bald, so you can die.
Bruh.
James is fuming at this now. He's watching this. He's fuming. Sorry, James.
Yeah, but I would take Jeffrey Bezos because when he went up to the moon or into space for the first time, everyone was actually 50 to 1 odd. He wouldn't come back
Wouldn't
down
come back.
because someone had sabotaged it.
Yeah.
That's a big odd.
Mm.
Right, so as we all know, there's issues with humanity. What are the main issues we're looking at? And we look to
greed
improve. What can we improve?
Greed is the big. And selfishness is the biggest.
Where do you think that stems from?
Money, 100% money. It's like if you morals and money outweighs morals. So if say if I could get 10 grand, but I've got to shoot one of you, you're dying. I don't care. I'm sorry, but you're dead. I'm taking the money, and I think even you, in my situation,
I
just
can't
you're
lie. I
off
would
me,
do the same.
100%.
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like, moving away from that very swiftly,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the one issue with humanity is that we're trying to go 2 steps forward and in turn going 1 step back. Does that make sense? Because we're going back to the whole space thing. Like, we're trying to get to new planets and then explore even further. But we already have loads of issues on Earth that could potentially be solved if people paid attention to them.
I don't think we'd ever get that far if we were in the state we are now. I think we all need to work together as a team to try and push ourselves to get that far. You know what I mean? Because it's a team effort at the end of the day. You can't do stuff alone. Like, all the countries are separated and they're all clashing, and it's
That's why we need one.
It's just not great.
That's why we need one long bridge connecting every country in the world besides Russia.
Really cool. Yeah, Russia.
If you enjoyed these video highlights, you can listen to the full episode on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Thanks.